The automotive industry is undergoing a monumental shift, the likes of which have not been seen since the mass production of the internal combustion engine cars over a century ago. The move toward electrification, driven by environmental concerns, governmental regulations, and advancements in battery and electric powertrain technologies, has heralded a new era for the global transportation sector. However, the full transition to a world dominated by electric vehicles is far from straightforward. Key obstacles remain, such as charging infrastructure, range anxiety, and energy storage technologies that have yet to be fully optimized for mass adoption. In this context, BYD's development of a hybrid engine, which bridges the gap between electric and combustion technologies, promises to usher in a new era of hybridized mobility. By combining the power of both systems, this engine has the potential to shape the trajectory of automotive innovation for years to come. At the heart of BYD's hybrid engine lies a fundamental technological innovation, a combination of electric motors with traditional combustion engines designed to harness the strengths of both systems. Traditionally, electric vehicles or EVs have been seen as the future of the automotive industry, offering the promise of zero-emissions driving and reducing dependence on fossil fuels. However, as many early EV adopters have discovered, there are, some significant limitations to fully electric propulsion. Despite considerable advancements in battery capacity and range, EVs are still subject to constraints such as longer charging times, limited range, especially for lower-cost models, and underdeveloped charging infrastructure in certain regions. On the other hand, while internal combustion engines or ICEs have been the industry standard for over a century, their continued reliance on fossil fuels and their contribution to air pollution and global warming make them, honestly, increasingly incompatible with the world's evolving environmental priorities. The hybrid engine developed by BYD aims to provide the best of both worlds, the zero-emissions benefits of electric motors and the range and refueling convenience of combustion engines. By seamlessly integrating the two technologies, BYD creates a vehicle that is not only more versatile and practical for today's consumers, but also lays the groundwork for an entirely new class of vehicles that could eventually bridge the gap between current combustion vehicles and a fully electric future. One of the biggest hurdles in the widespread adoption of electric vehicles has been range anxiety, the fear that an EV will run out of battery power before the driver can reach a charging station. Even as battery technology improves and electric vehicle ranges increase, many consumers still hesitate to make the switch from gasoline-powered vehicles due to concerns about the limitations of charging infrastructure and the time it takes to recharge. These issues are particularly prominent in less densely populated areas, where public charging stations are fewer and farther between. BYD's hybrid engine offers a solution to this problem by combining electric motors and internal combustion technology in a single powertrain. With such a hybrid system, consumers are no longer bound by the limitations of either technology. When the electric range is depleted, the combustion engine seamlessly kicks in, providing additional range and the ability to refuel at traditional gas stations in minutes. This flexibility, greatly reduces range anxiety, a key psychological barrier to electric vehicle adoption, and increases the overall convenience of hybrid cars compared to fully electric models. Furthermore, hybrid vehicles have the added benefit of reducing the environmental footprint of daily driving while still accommodating long-distance travel. In regions where charging stations are not yet ubiquitous, hybrids offer a perfect compromise, giving consumers access to clean energy without sacrificing the freedom of long-range driving. This solution enables a gradual transition toward electric mobility, allowing consumers to feel more comfortable with electric driving as the necessary infrastructure catches up. The environmental benefits of electric vehicles are well documented. They produce zero emissions at the tailpipe, reducing air pollution and greenhouse gas emissions that contribute to climate change. However, the global shift to fully electric transportation faces significant challenges. One of the biggest obstacles to decarbonizing the transportation sector is the continued global dependence on fossil fuels, particularly in emerging economies. While many regions are well equipped with the infrastructure to support electric vehicles, much of the world still relies heavily on gasoline and diesel vehicles due to limited access to electric charging stations and the high cost of electric vehicles. By developing hybrid systems, BYD is positioning itself as a key player in accelerating the global transition toward clean energy, without asking consumers to completely abandon gasoline-powered vehicles before they are ready. Hybrid powertrains, by utilizing both an electric motor and a combustion engine, reduce overall emissions compared to traditional internal combustion vehicles. They are also more fuel efficient, further decreasing dependency on oil. In many countries, hybrid cars may serve as the interim solution needed to reduce emissions in the short term as the world gradually shifts to a fully electric future. For example, in countries like China, where air pollution levels remain alarmingly high, the adoption of hybrid vehicles can provide an immediate benefit by improving air quality, while the infrastructure for fully electric vehicles continues to develop. Similarly, in regions like the European Union, where strict emissions regulations are pushing automakers to reduce CO2 output, hybrids can help manufacturers comply with regulations without making a complete transition to fully electric vehicles, which might not yet be feasible in all market segments. Moreover, hybrid vehicles could play a pivotal role in the decarbonization of freight and heavy-duty transport sectors where full electrification is still a distant goal. By using hybrid powertrains, logistics companies could reduce fuel consumption and emissions without the need for an entirely electric fleet, particularly in industries that rely on long-haul cross-country shipments. One of the most significant contributions BYD's hybrid technology could make is its role as a bridge technology in the transition from combustion engines to fully electric vehicles. While many automakers are investing heavily in fully electric vehicles, the hybrid model offers a more immediate solution for consumers who are not yet ready or able to fully commit to an all-electric future. This transition, from hybrid to fully electric vehicles, is already happening on a broad scale, as governments and private companies invest in the necessary charging infrastructure to support EVs. As battery technologies improve, the range and charging times of electric vehicles will continue to improve, making it easier for consumers to adopt fully electric mobility. In the meantime, the hybrid model offers an important intermediate step, easing the adoption of electric driving and helping consumers overcome barriers to entry. In regions where fuel efficiency regulations are becoming more stringent, hybrid technology offers automakers an additional advantage. Instead of relying entirely on the development of electric powertrains, which may take longer to perfect in some markets, automakers can use hybrid systems to meet fuel efficiency requirements while developing more advanced electric vehicles for the future. The widespread adoption of hybrid and electric vehicles will have far-reaching implications for the global energy market. One of the most significant shifts will be the need for a more robust, flexible, and renewable energy infrastructure. As EV and hybrid adoption increases, demand for electricity will grow, placing pressure on national grids and power generation systems. The challenge will be to meet this increased demand with renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydroelectric power, rather than relying on fossil fuels. Governments will need to invest in smart grid technology, which can efficiently manage the distribution of renewable energy to homes, businesses, and electric vehicles. This could lead to the development of more decentralized energy systems, where consumers generate, store, and use their own renewable energy through solar panels, wind turbines, and home battery systems. This shift will also create new opportunities for energy storage solutions. With the rise of electric vehicles and hybrids, there will be a greater demand for large-scale battery storage to ensure that renewable energy sources are used efficiently and stored for times when demand exceeds supply. Battery manufacturers like BYD will likely play a critical role in the growth of this sector, creating systems that can store and distribute energy in more efficient ways. In conclusion, BYD's hybrid engine is more than just a technological innovation. It represents a fundamental shift in the way we think about the future of mobility. By combining the strengths of both electric and combustion engines, BYD offers a practical, sustainable solution to the challenges faced by consumers, automakers, and governments alike. As the world continues to face the urgent need to reduce carbon emissions, combat climate change, and create more sustainable energy systems, hybrid vehicles like those proposed by BYD will play a critical role in the transition to cleaner, more efficient transportation. While we are still some years away from a fully electric future, hybrid technology is an essential stepping stone that will allow us to move forward in the right direction without sacrificing convenience, affordability, or consumer choice. As such, BYD's hybrid engine represents not just an evolution of the automotive powertrain, but a revolution that could shape the future of both mobility and energy for decades to come. As the global automotive landscape evolves, BYD's strategic foresight in developing and deploying hybrid technology positions the company not just as a follower, but as a leader in the transition towards sustainable mobility. While many automakers are locked in a race to go fully electric, BYD has taken a more measured, pragmatic approach, one that acknowledges the current limitations of EV infrastructure while still pushing toward cleaner alternatives. This strategy is especially critical in emerging markets where the leap to full electrification might be economically or logistically unfeasible in the short term. BYD's hybrid systems can help bridge this technological gap, enabling millions of consumers to begin reducing their carbon footprint without the need for immediate, large-scale infrastructure investments. In doing so, the company not only expands its market share, but also builds brand trust and loyalty across diverse consumer bases. What makes BYD's approach particularly impactful is its broader commitment to sustainability. The company is not only manufacturing hybrid powertrains, but is also deeply invested in battery innovation, renewable energy integration, and vehicle-to-grid or V2G technologies. These advancements could transform how vehicles interact with the energy grid, turning parked cars into energy storage hubs that feed power back into homes or cities during peak demand. Such integrated systems promise to blur the lines between transportation and energy sectors, fostering a future where cars are not just modes of transport, but vital components of a smarter, cleaner energy network. For policymakers and industry regulators, the rise of hybrid technologies offers a valuable middle path. Instead of setting unrealistic timelines for full EV adoption, governments can incentivize hybrid vehicles as part of a phased transition strategy. This can help smooth the economic and social shifts that come with a decarbonized transportation model, protecting jobs, maintaining consumer choice, and ensuring that no region is left behind in the energy transition. Additionally, hybrid systems can help automakers meet evolving emissions standards while buying crucial time to scale up battery production, refine electric drivetrains, and develop resilient global supply chains. It's really a win-win for industry and the environment. In the grander scheme of automotive evolution, hybrid technology may ultimately be viewed not just as a bridge, but as a launchpad. It marks the turning point where convenience and conscience no longer compete, where innovation meets practicality, and where long-term environmental stewardship becomes compatible with modern lifestyle demands. BYD's hybrid engine encapsulates this vision, a forward-thinking, adaptable solution in a rapidly changing world. It reflects a company not just reacting to trends, but helping shape the future of how we move, how we power our lives, and how we preserve our planet. As we drive toward a new age of mobility, technologies like BYD's hybrid engine remind us that progress isn't always about the destination. Sometimes, it's about creating the smartest, most sustainable path to get there.